First pick here between Slimefoot and Cast Down. After that last game, I'm really feeling the need for instant speed cheap removal.
Yeah,
Cast
I'd
Down
probably take
feels
the cast down.
really good all of a sudden. So Slimefoot's good, but I think I'm going to take Cast Down. It's a little bit weaker because I can't remove legendary creatures, but it's really exciting nevertheless because it's quick. Vicious Offering versus Juggernaut versus Spore Crown Thallid are all very solid picks. I don't love Juggernaut. I don't like this effect. Can't be must attack if able with the 3 toughness creature. There's a shit ton of 3/2s running around. The Thallids, all the Journey Mages, all the mages. It's just there's a
I
lot.
mean, it is a 4-drop that just kills them in 4 turns, right? I'd
Yeah,
probably take the offering
I
over it
would
though.
too. I would absolutely take the Offering here. Again, this is really solid removal of instant speed that we're probably missing. Go for Meshes is great, don't get me wrong, and so is Thallid, but this is... What did we just die to? We died to a deck we couldn't interact with. And we died to it because none of our answers to his bullshit was mana efficient enough to slow him the fuck down.
Man,
We
this is
had
a
we
bad
had
pack.
I don't know, I'd take Chronicler here, do speculative. We already have 2 instants
I'd
and
probably just take
speculative that.
Sentinel, Throat Trident.
All right. I'd be pretty happy.
Instantly punished.
Not necessarily. I don't think the Sentinel is something we play with. So if you're still wanting Drake, we can do Drake. Still wanting Deep Freeze, that's fine. I don't mind Skin Witch. We're not stuck in red just because of it. It's a speculative pick.
Yeah. No, I mean, if we're playing blue, the 3/3 with flash for 5 is good every single time. I'd just take Drake and not care. Such a good creature.
I almost prefer Deep Freeze to that.
We already have 2 good removal spells. I like the on curve, like best creature.
I'd like some.
Right?
If we pull this and we can pull some Cloud Drakes, that'd be okay. I'm okay with the Drake. I'd take Fungal Infection over Sentinel.
I wouldn't.
What are we playing this with? We have no synergy with this yet. Not a single piece.
We don't need it. Like it's a 5 mana flash creature, right? Like it just gets people. It lets us hold mana for counters. It's really not as bad as you think it is, and there's plenty.
But you
of
had me draft this 3 times, and we've never had a positive interaction out of this. We've never caught anyone with it. We've never enjoyed having it in our deck. It's never been good. Not once.
It's never been in our deck.
It's been in our deck like 5 times. This is the last time, Tsui. If it does not perform here, I'm done drafting this card. This card is garbage. All right.
Dark Bargain.
Yeah, Dark Bargain, easy. Card's really good. Confessor versus Cyclops versus nothing else. We probably don't know what color we're in yet. I'd take Confessor. I don't really want to.
We're definitely black.
I mean, I definitely prefer Cyclops to a Confessor 90% of the time, but I don't know that we're in red. Take second Dark Bargain, be okay with it.
Yep.
So, card's good. I don't want to run more than 2, but I like 2.
I guess 5/5.
Yeah, there's nothing else here. The mana fixing's too bad out of that. Take the Arcanist if we're going to be thinking about blue.
Yeah,
it's not
I
even
like
bad.
Arcanist.
Has really good synergy with Dark Bargain too.
Solarian Scholar's quite good.
Yep, agreed. No problems there. Does look like we're moving out of red. None of these are any good.
I'd probably take Skirk Prospector in case I open Siege Gang Commander.
Sure,
every time that's what I do, but like when I get this late and I see bad goblins, that's what happens.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Right,
we got some good ones
simple.
here. There's a Sphinx, a Thallid, Blessed Light. I'm not even against splashing for Blessed Light, and Josu. I'd love to do something aggressive, maybe a little bit of early game with some removal followed by some
I mean,
creatures.
Josu's just like one of the best creatures you can get right in the.
I think it is the best.
Really good. So.
Like, yeah, not the best creature, but it's up there.
Definitely up there.
This is a little bit less exciting. What's our curve like? Skin Witch versus Omnivore here. I love Skin Witches. I love 1/3s.
I probably take the Skin Witch. It's a good early blocker. It's a wizard, and it is good late. So, what is?
Wouldn't that be hilarious to Skin Witch them for 4?
Doesn't work. Or yeah, what does the Skin Witch say? Is it when you cast a spell they discard, or when it comes in? Okay, yeah, it would. If you get them for 4, it would.
You want to try to do that. You want to try to get someone for 4 fucking cards?
Probably not. I'd probably just take the Shivan Fire.
We're not playing red.
I'd splash red for Shivan Fire. I mean, it's either that or a Stronghold Confessor.
You'd splash red for Shivan Fire.
Or Voltaic Servant. Like I mean, dabbing is fine. It's not insane or anything though, right? All the good cards that interact well with it are red.
I hadn't even thought about splashing red. What would splashing red look like with this? It would look like nothing. What are we splashing red for?
Just the Shiv and Fire. It would be just the Shiv and Fire as a 5-mana removal spell. But it's either that or a 1/3.
So it's like an instant speed.
Right?
It's an instant speed, worse but less damage fiery intervention. You're splashing for it?
That's better than Fiery Intervention because you can cast it at 1 mana for tempo reasons and kill a 2-mana thing. It's either that or a 2/1 or a 1/3, right? Or a 3/3 for 4.
I don't want another Confessor. The Confessors really haven't performed very well the last couple games we've played them.
No, I mean, they're fine creatures.
I love Chroniclers, don't get me wrong. And I'd be happy to play Chroniclers if we could find a reason to play red. But we just drafted a bunch of blue cards, and they're kind of our solid blocking-ish creatures and our flyer. I wish we had more wizards that did things. I feel like the red wizards are the ones that do shit.
Yeah, all the red ones are the ones that do shit when they come in. So, like, for me, it's either Shiv and Fire or the Voltaic Servant or the Naban. And neither of those creatures are exciting, so I would just take Shiv and Fire.
What if we
maybe not play it? But
what if we instead just took Gideon's Reproach? So the idea being that we might run into one of the 1/5 exiles. There's a lot of legendaries in white.
I mean, it's the same thing, right? Like, we're taking an off-color piece of removal or a bad creature here. So it's either just red or white. And I think Shiv and Fire is better than Gideon's Reproach because it's unconditional.
Yeah, but I don't think the rest of the red is. I mean, Fiery Intervention I think is worse than whatever the Blessed Exile is. The red creatures are all the good red good red legendaries are 2 reds as opposed to the whites, which a fair number of them are 1 white. I'm not that excited about the Shiv and Fire here.
I don't know. I think there's enough red removal spells compared to white removal spells that it's probably fine either way, but I would take the Shiv and Fire personally.
What are the other red removal spells besides
Fiery Intervention, the 5-mana or the 3-mana uncommon one.
Give me a second. There's a spider making a web on my light, and I'm gonna go knock it off before it finishes.
Sure.
Back in a second.
I mean, the question isn't about if we can get more wizards or not, guys. It's the fact that the wizards that do good stuff in multiples when they come in are all red wizards.
How about this, though, Tsui? What if we, like, chroniclered with fucking
we could just end up straight Grixis, but, like, if we're doing that, we want the Shiv and Fire over the Dean anyway, because we only have one wizard that interacts well with Dean right now, and it's in another color. And even if that's the case, Shiv and Fire is still better.
So you said this doesn't work with Journey Mage, right? You're 100% sure you can't kick 2?
It does work with Journey Mage. I just read it, but it's still not better than Shiv and Fire.
I don't really want to play red though, unless we're gonna commit to red. I don't mind the idea of picking this up with the idea that it might not get played, and we might get it with like a Journey Mage or something. Like we might see it hit with Calico.
Which Journey Mage, right?
What did you say? Which Journey Mage?
Which Journey Mage is good?
The blue one I'm talking.
No, it doesn't.
I just asked you.
The same creature twice.
I just asked you. You said it did.
I thought you were talking about Gitu Journey Mage, the red one in our sideboard, the Chronicler.
Oh.
No, you can't target 2 creatures. You can't target 2 creatures with the bounce. You don't get to choose a new target with the Naban because of the way it's worded. If you did let you do it, it would say you may choose new targets for the effect, right?
Oh,
so all of the good wizards that do come into play effects are red.
All right.
All of them.
So slow down.
Fire or a bad
Too much emotion right now. I'm getting a bit tired for that. Like 12 hours in. I need a little bit more low key and mellow right now, Tsui. So do you want to go as a red try a Grixis deck, or would you like to just invest in the creature?
I mean, they're not exciting creatures at all, right? They're bad creatures. It's a 2/1 that basically does nothing, and a 1/3 that has pseudo vigilance, or maybe a removal spell that we might not play.
Okay. I'm probably looking at Rona here. Seems pretty damn good.
You cut out there. Rona?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems pretty straightforward to me.
I don't mind a Syncopate. Don't mind Chronicler if we're going to actually do the red. We have another Chronicler in sideboard right now. See why we didn't end up white. You said What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said I think we want Syncopate here. Like,
Yeah, it's fine.
Triumph of Gerard's okay. Like, we have the one interaction with the Sentinel that's pretty nice. But our creatures are kind of all 1/3s right now and 2/3s, aside from the Josu. So it's not actually that insane. The Triumph wouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm okay with Syncopate. Card has been bad. This seems like a very easy Drake at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a wizard. A red one.
Yeah, that is the one, right? And
I might pick him anyways.
Cards are good. Yeah, I don't think any of these other cards are good, right? So
the card can actually be splashed for too. We have a fair number of wizards. I'm taking the 3/3. So
yeah,
I think it's Garna or that. I guess we can play if we're playing red. We can splash for Garna too.
Yeah, I mean, like right now we have the Shivan Fire, the Fire Fist Adept, and the Garna. I think that's probably worth splashing red for.
Yeah, Garna's not a wizard, just FYI.
No, it's not, but I mean, it's all right.
What do we have? Fervent Strike, Befuddle, or Shield. Does Shield actually do anything for this deck? We don't have any big guys that are attacking in. It's okay on the Drakes, but not great. It's really good on Josu. It's okay on Stronghold. It's good on Confessor and Josu because they have to dual block those anyways, and it's really solid there. I'm not super excited about any of these, honestly. Don't really care. Could play.
It's probably, for me, it's probably between the Befuddle and the Feral Abomination. It's just like a big dumb creature in case we need like a second big dumb creature. I'm not excited about any of these cards at all. Like, I could get behind the Fervent Strike, maybe, but
I'll take Feral over Shield with this deck. It's another wizard. I'll take that over anything else.
Yep.
These aren't getting play. Any of them? I'll take the Unwind. Maybe we'll find a guy who's running a bunch of annoying shit that we want to counterspell. Fire Elemental is not playable. None of this is playable. How's our curve looking? We have not a lot of 2-drops, but I'm not playing rats ever.
No.
There's no way I play any of these cards. I'll take the Fire Elemental. Maybe. If we get enough red,
maybe
the 2/2.
One day Fire Elemental. Maybe one day.
The Jinn seems really solid here. It's in our colors.
Yep.
It's a winning bomb.
Yep. Dragons are dragons, right? So.
Shivan Fire would have been nice too, but oh well. Let's take a look through here. Vicious Offering seems pretty good to me. Journey Mage is all right now. What's our creature count at? We're not really playing one of these, so call it 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 right now. So we're right around the edge where we want to be. I think I would take Vicious Offering here and not be at all sad about it.
No,
it would be nice to have some token generation, but
it would be nice, but I mean, it's still fine.
Get another one of these shitty Sentinels who doesn't do anything.
That or a Divest, because none of the other cards are in our colors. Right, so
yeah,
probably get on board with the Divest. I mean, the
how
Sentinel
is this still here?
Well with,
this card is disgusting.
Like the Sentinel does work pretty well with the Garna. It is protection for our Zahid and Rona in case they had put like make it an 0/4 or whatever with the enchantment. I'd probably just take the second Sentinel, and it's a bad creature, but it's all right. There's a couple favorable interactions we have with it.
God, we're gonna run double Sentinels. We're just gonna get blown out by the first person who looks at us with a 3/2. Probably. Do we have? Oh man, we wanted this last game. This is what I was talking about.
How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legendaries. We could take that.
Where do you see 5? I've got
Rona, 2 Sentinels, Garna, and the Josu Vest, and the Zahid. So 6 actually.
Sentinels aren't legendary. Sentinels aren't legendary.
Oh, they're not. I thought those were legendaries.
No.
So shit. So we're at 4 then.
Well, we're at Rona, Josu, Zahid, and Garna. This card is disgusting.
At 4, it's probably okay. We could probably try to play it if we wanted to. Vicious Offering is more reliable, but we can try.
I'm very excited about this Thallid. Very excited.
Second Fire Fist of Death is really
that's good too. I didn't even see it. What's our 3s like? 3s are Drakes and Scholars. We got 1,000,000 Scholars. We don't have to have Thallid.
We have 4 Wizards right now, so yeah, I like the second Fire Fist.
We have more than 4. We currently have 5.
I'm saying we have 4 or 5 early ones. I forgot to count the Skin Witch.
Take a second. Ooh, Garna over Eviscerate.
I can't justify that. Oh, actually, it turns on Yawgmoth's Vile Offering.
That's what I'm looking at. I think we want the Eviscerate still. It's our first piece of. It's our first piece of anything.
3.
Has to be.
We have 4 removal spells right now. Yeah, it's probably just another removal spell.
I wouldn't mind a Garna there. Arvid
That's
is
a nice
a...
Death Bloom Thallid.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Right
Yep.
on time, buddy.
We would love to get some... I wonder if we can get a late legendary of some sort. Take the Divest sideboard.
Yeah, I like a Divest for the sideboard. I really like that. Do we have one already or no?
No.
I really like Divest.
I don't. The other thing to do is potentially get the Evangel, just because if we run into another one of these stupid
What's our creature count right now?
Creature count's fairly high. It's never gonna make main deck, but it's a sideboard
7,
again.
8, 9, 10,
It's another
11, 12,
it's
15,
another
14,
sideboard
15,
card, Tsui.
16.
If we play it.
I'm not convinced it's a better sideboard card than Divest, right? Because Divest does the same thing. It just rips a creature from their hand.
It's a matter of when you draw it, I guess. The one thing is the creature that you can play, the other isn't. I don't mind the Cyclops here. I think it's better than I don't know, the Confessor's in color, but Cyclops is just such a better blocker.
Yeah, I think we're probably red enough now that we can probably justify playing the Cyclops.
Yep. Journey Mage is probably better with wizard count and 2 Fire Fist than
I don't
Honorary.
actually mind them. We're ending up a lot more just straight Grixis than we initially thought we might be.
I don't want any of these
I don't
cards.
think we need 2 Divest, so I mean I guess Befuddle.
Jesus, what do we play this against?
Probably nothing, but like I don't see us wanting
What?
Opt is not better than Unwind.
Well, except that we're looking to see if like we play against someone with like a Jaya's or something. This is coming in. We're not playing either of them main deck.
I mean, we're not playing 2. We're never boarding in 2 Unwinds. That's so greedy.
I will if someone is just like killing us with removal, then I will put 2 unwinds in and be totally happy about it. We have 2 flash creatures to go with this too. We could literally unwind, then Sentinel, and then or Garna or Sentinel. Like, what is the point of having these? We don't have fucking counter spells.
Sure. I mean, neither of the cards are probably getting played ever, so it doesn't really matter. But
here's your second Divest if you want it. You want a Curator's Ward?
No, never.
You want to try it? We could rescue it. Yeah.
We could Sentinel.
This deck is worse in every way than our last deck, by the way.
I don't think so. I think this deck is quite good. We have a lot of removal.
Do we? We
have 2 Vicious Offerings, a Cast Down, and an Eviscerate, and a Yawgmoth Spiral Offering. That's a lot.
Give me a second.
2 Fire Fist Adepts.
Give me a second. You can look at it, but just give me a second before I respond. I want to look at chat real quick. The Bond's effect doesn't copy the trigger ability. It just causes the ability to trigger twice. Any choices you make to put the ability onto the stack, such as modes and targets, are made separately for each instance of the ability. Any choices made on resolution, such as whether to put counters on the permanent, are also made individually. So you can do it with both. Thank you, Chibatholix. So supposedly you can target 2 creatures with the bounce. Not that we were offered any, but that's interesting.
No, maybe I guess I was wrong then.
Okay. What are we at right now? We're at 48. I don't think Feral Abomination makes the cut. Partick Wonder at least has benefits with Sentinel, as our big dumb dude. 3s are pretty full. This is all pretty full. Shit, what the fuck are we cutting with this?
This is like 1,000,000 cards, right?
Yeah, this is we have to cut 7. Jesus, I guess it's Partick Wander. I don't want this card in here.
No, it's Partick Wander is slow.
That's 1. I'm on the border about this. This is disgustingly good. If we can ever get a Rona, I mean, I feel like Garna into Yawgmoth is good. What are our activators? We have Garna, Rona, Zahid,
and Josu.
That's pretty likely to trigger.
Like 4 is fairly likely. I think we can play it and it's all right. So I'm looking at cutting one of the 3-drop creatures.
Cutting one of the Sentinels. We got too many. We have so
we
many 5s.
We don't want 2 of those.
What is our creature count at? 19. One of the 3 drops you said.
We're cutting creatures. Yeah, I think
It'd
probably
the Journey Mage.
For color.
Yep. Although that's our wizard count. I guess he's a pretty weak wizard. The Chronicler is a little tough to run with double red, but we can put him as a but 3/1/3s isn't even bad. Although they're all different colors.
That's all right. I don't mind them.
What's our wizard count at right now? 2. We have no artifacts to operate. Ah, damn, no artifacts for Zahid is really unpleasant.
That's all right. I mean, a 5/6 flyer for 6 is still really good.
Yeah, but it's unpleasant to not have that option. He's so good on 4, like unbelievably good.
I might be cutting the Stronghold Confessor here.
We're not cutting a Thallid. Thallid has Vicious Offering synergy. Cutting a Stronghold Confessor? Oh, I'll cut that in a heartbeat. Don't like that card.
Yeah, I don't think that card's great in our deck. Probably.
3 more. Do we want Syncopate? We have 2 flash creatures. I guess it's somewhat reasonable.
Well, one flash. We cut one of them.
No, we have Garna still. It's 2
Oh,
flash.
Garna still, yeah.
I don't.
mean, I'm looking at the Chronicler, and I have a hard time seeing us getting double red. So it's basically a 1/3 for 2.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit less interesting, doesn't it? Do we have enough 1-drops though? Like our 2s, these never trade.
We have a billion scholars in a Thallid. So we have 4 good creatures on 3 that block, and then 2 good creatures on 2 that block. I think 6 is enough early game.
Okay, but we're getting a little bit tight now. We need 2 more out. So I don't want to give up Dark Bargains here. I don't want to give up any more 4-drops. I don't want to give up any more legendaries.
About giving up the Cyclops. It feels kind of.
No, I'm not giving it up. We don't have any other 4-drops.
Much better.
And the Cyclops is really good. I think if I had to pick 2 here, it would probably be Sentinel and Yawgmoth. Yeah. This card is going to be absolutely insane if we get it, but if we miss it, like if we can't ever activate it.
The odds of us hitting it are terrible. We've got 4 legendaries, right? And we can Garna on their instep and then do it on our turn.
This should be called Yawgmoth's Clenched Anus, because that's what that picture looks like to me.
Like, we have a way to protect from sorcery speed removal by Garning on their instep and then casting Yawgmoths on it. I mean, it's just such a high impact card that
How do you feel about getting rid of Sentinel? It's not a wizard. The only targets are Zahid and Rona.
Josu, Garna, Rona. It's really good on Garna and Rona.
It's pretty shit L the rest of the time.
I mean, we might board it in. I don't know. I think it's a good card. I think I probably still play it because it's a good blocker.
We need 2 out.
Yeah, so I would be cutting probably.
I don't want to fuck with our wizard count because this is how Fire Fist get any value.
We're not.
I don't want to get rid of our 4/4 blocker Cyclops. Cyclopses are really good.
I think if this was me, I would cut the Cyclops and then just play 41 because we do have the double Dark Bargain, so drawing extra cards isn't terrible. I don't know. I mean, you say that you don't like the Sentinel, and I get that, but you've never actually played in a deck. Every time we go to make our deck, you just cut it right.
Because this is what you
hold
on, Tsui, because that's exactly what you do with Shield. Well, Shield is great, but you always cut it because you're always like, I'd rather.
The difference is Shield is not a creature, right?
Tsui, I would rather have any creature instead of Sentinel in this deck so far, including Scholar. So what are we cutting? What spell are we cutting for it?
Scholar is definitely better. I think it's better than the Rampaging Cyclops because we aren't that red. I don't think we want a 5th red card. I think we just want the 4 high impact ones. And
I don't know. We have
Cyclops
no.
is just like an average blocker.
We have double blue on
Sentinel's
6.
like an average blocker.
No, Cyclops is not an average blocker at 4/4. Your words earlier today were it beats anything else in the format on 4-drops. It's a way above average blocker.
Yeah, but we've only got 4 mountains in the deck, and we're not playing more than 4 mountains. So like the odds of us hitting it on 4 are pretty low, right?
But that argues then for bringing in Confessor over Sentinel, because if we cut Cyclops here, we still need a 4-drop that does something, and not a 5-drop later.
Why? We've got 2 Dark Bargains and an Eviscerate on 4, and we have a million 3-drops that are good on 4. That is just another Scholar or a Deathwing Thallid on 4 is good.
I don't think so. I think this would be my deck for that. I don't think I can play Sentinel in this. Do you have another suggestion for another cut? You still want to get rid of Cyclops and go down to 40?
I don't think we want to be that red.
Brings us down to 14 creatures.
I think that's all right. It's either that or the Syncopate.
Yeah, Syncopate's losing value as we lose flash creatures. We're down to 1 flash creature right now. But I think the Syncopate, I don't know. I think the Cyclops is super good. Syncopate's been burning the shit out of us recently, but it is an answer to something which we have no answer to, which are spells or enchantments right now. Sentinel synergizes with Garna and Rona. Does it? What's Garna again? What's Rona again? Do we actually get any synergy out of this? When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target historic card from your graveyard. You may cast non-land cards exile with Rona. If you Sentinel Rona, is the thing that you exiled lost, or is it playable again? It's lost, right?
It's lost forever because it's a new creature. It counts as a new entity when it comes back into play.
So there's really not a lot of synergy with that.
Well, it lets us do it twice, right? So, I mean, granted, we don't have a lot of targets that Rona actually hits, but...
Yeah.
I mean,
Rona hits Yawgmoth, but we have to have already had a legendary play to do it. It hits Josu, which I think is pretty good.
Yawgmoth exiles itself when you cast it.
Does it? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
So it does. Rona does recur our bombs, but I don't think Sentinel actually synergizes with Rona. So the only thing Sentinel really synergizes with is Garna and protecting things. I don't think it's in the deck. I can be talked into cutting Cyclops as a whole, but I can't be talked into playing Sentinel over Cyclops. So if you want to get rid of Cyclops and go down to 40, go down to 14 creatures and try to make it work, I'm okay with that. If you want to try to get rid of Syncopate, I'm okay with that too.
I mean, I don't think we want the Cyclops in the deck. I don't think it's a high enough impact card for our splash color to be relevant. It's definitely a really solid blocker, but in the deck that as the way that we have it, if we hit our 1 red mana, we want to be doing something really impactful, not playing a creature that just is a creature, right?
This is 12. This is 18. We want 1 less.
Probably
Jesus.
1 less island.
Really? We need double island to play Zahid. We need double swamp to play Josu.
I think we only want 3 mountains, actually. I think 3 is fine. We only ever need 1 red mana source.
No mana fixing. You like that Shivan Fire right now?
Yeah. It's a removal spell.
This is an ambitious splash. 4 red cards that we want to play pretty reliably around 5. That we don't have only 3 mountains.
Yeah, I mean, those are the right numbers, so. Like, we could maybe go up to 4 mountains, but we have double black on 4, and then we have a billion blues on 3. So.
Why not blocking Rona? Why not dropping Rona, chat? Because Rona's really strong.
Because Rona's really strong, and it's an activator for Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Even if Rona doesn't exile something when you play it, like, paying 4 mana to draw an extra card is pretty nice.
All right. Let's get a couple game in, see how it feels. It's gonna be too long. What are we calling this?
Leafar, I'm not an extrovert at all. I'm just an asshole.
Could be true.
No, it's not. Could be true. It's definitely true. I'm a pretty big asshole. I have no problem admitting that.
Let's try Josu again. Josu's gonna carry this for us. What are we calling it?
Sure. Some shit about an aggro reset.
We ride again. Okay. Josu's got to carry this for us. Deck is done. Took us a long time to craft this deck. A lot of discussion about a lot of this deck, which is fair. The cuts were fairly hard. Going the 3 colors. We're going 3 colors for Fire Fists. The Fire Fists are pretty valuable. Wizard count is decent with 1, 2, 5. Is he a wizard?
You have 3 scholars.
But 1, 2 plus 3 is 5, right? So 1, 2 plus 3 is 5. And then 7 is Fire Fist.
Yeah, so on average, they'll be 2 to 3 damage, which is pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, let's get a game. I'm going to grab water one last time, and then we'll get started. So see you guys in a minute.